In this episode, we think about getting rid of all those pesky little things getting in the way for some real progress on Project Low Fairmont. Hey, welcome back to the show. Welcome to the channel. New subscribers, new viewers, new whatever. My name is Grant Tommy. This is Straight Six Fan, and where I like to focus on budget-minded, relatable, creative builds. A little something I like to call offbeat hot rodding. And today, it's actually just barely after 1 on a Friday. I took some vacation time. I've been working really hard since about the New Year's, and I finally got to a deadline at work. So I scheduled in some vacation time, and we're actually going to be out this weekend. So I'm doing my recording here on Friday, and it is a beautiful day here in Kansas. Now it's kind of in that in-between, like it's not, I wouldn't call it cold and I wouldn't call it warm. It's like right at 50 degrees, but I'll take it. The sun is shining, the sky is not hardly a cloud in sight. But today I don't really know exactly what I'm going to get done because I don't have like the best window of time. But the goal today is to try to get rid of some of those ticky-tack little things. I've got some stuff for the gauge pod to show you guys. But first, it's been a long winter. It's time to clean this garage out and get it. And so, in order to do that, we got to get Project Low Fairmont out of the garage, which means I've got to top off the antifreeze, if you remember from when I parked it outside and I leaked a bunch that one day. So let's get going on that. So yeah, it's just, this is what happens after a full winter of just road salt, road sand, all that stuff. So I'm overdue for cleaning. So that's what I'm going to do. But I did take the Fairmont out, started right up, retightened that hose clamp that we suspected, and yeah, it's not leaking anything. It's good, but before we get to cleaning the garage, I just want to go tie up something real quick. So yeah, it was pun intended. I'm zip tying up the old temperature gauge probe wire. That was something I never quite completed after I got that hooked up and it didn't leak. So just gonna do some little wire management. So that way that's all done, and we can kind of leave as is. Okay, so that feels good. Clean garage. Now, while I didn't do my full-blown deep clean like I like to every spring, I figure I just couldn't quite bring myself to do it just yet. I feel like I'm not out of the woods yet here in Kansas. We've had snow as late as May. That's really rare, but April's not incredibly rare. It's more rare than not, but anyway, I just feel like now's not the time to do the full-blown hose down deep clean, but this felt good. So I'm going to try to get my hands dirty on the Fairmont, pull out the, well, no, I guess I should probably have the car parked before I pull out the oil sending unit, oil pressure sending unit. That is something I do want to do today, so I can hopefully next time I'm out in town go grab the T-fitting. But I also have some stuff I promised you for the gauge pod, so let's go take a look at that. Okay, so running around town yesterday, I picked up some Velcro strips. the plan is to kind of cut them down nice and thin and mount on the top side here of the gauge pod. Just the natural weight of it makes it kind of droop, so that'll keep it up nice and tight like so. But I'm gonna wait to do that until well, one, I'm gonna hopefully here today troubleshoot why now this light isn't lighting up, but then once I get the oil pressure, once I know the oil pressure gauge is hooked up and working well, then I'll do the little Velcro strips. Okay, so I re-crimped this now a third time. And that didn't seem to do the trick right away, so I started trying to hunt down, wondering if my splice for my ground wire wasn't good enough, and kind of tugged on it a little bit. It seems nice and snug in there. Flip it on again, it didn't work, but then I flip it on a third time, and I just kind of started jiggling the light bulb, and it turned back on. So we're back in business. Yeah. See, look. Yeah, did you see that? I don't know if there. And now we're out of business. So yeah. Oh, back in business. Hey. Don't know what's really going on there. I do have a third light, you know, from the replacement gauge. So worst case scenario, I could actually rewire it. Thing is what I'm really avoiding is I'm tethered to the ground, is installed under the dash. Not that it's impossible to unhook, but it's probably one of the worst parts of the uninstall and reinstall. So if I can get this to ride out, cool. We may do that. So I think I have it down to this connection. This white wire into the bulb is the weak connection. So I think I'm gonna try to fish this light bulb in there, and then with like electrical tape try to like kind of pressure, put some tension on the wire so that it's always kind of, I don't know. See, that seems to be it. So we'll go from there. And so we're back. And then lastly, while I'm in here, got a little carried away with the JB weld, so just try to clean that up here with the razor. And we'll call that good inside. I'm going to try to go get the right wrench or whatever for the oil pressure sending unit. That way I can back this guy into the garage. And so once I got the car in the garage, it's kind of hard to get to my toolbox. So anyway, that's probably where we'll end this episode for now. Thanks for making it all the way to the end. Sorry I didn't have any better content for you guys, but as you can see, it's now I've got kind of those nagging little things out of the way. Clean garage, that wiring issue tied up, kind of a game plan for I'm going to keep the gauge pod just stuck in place, kind of cleaned up the JB weld. Now I did run into a little bit of a snag on the oil pressure sending unit. It appears that it's going to be like a 15/32 inch nut, because I tried everything between 7/16, 11 millimeter, half inch, 12 millimeter, and the smaller ones were too small and the bigger ones were too big. So I'm thinking 15/32, or it might just be a pliers operation. But anyway, I've got the car backed in place, so whenever I'm ready to go, of course I'm on the now hopefully I can have more open garage door work days here. Spring hopefully is upon us, but that'll wrap up this episode, guys. Reminder, link down below to my Spreadshirt store for a straight 6-fan Pistons tee. If you want one of those, I'd show you what that looked like, but I'm not wearing one. But if you've seen any of my other videos, you probably have a pretty good idea what that looks like. Thursdays, Car Guy and 6-fan show. Go over to Old Car Auto Guy's channel and Well, there's a little card up here. Subscribe to his channel because we switch off every other week with that show, and this week it's on his. I won't actually be on that one. So subscribe to his channel, 7 o'clock Central Time. Like, comment, subscribe. This probably wasn't a huge likable episode, but I'll do it for this episode. Until next time, peace out.